good day, all. Ivy is saying hello to you. Every now and then I like to bring her on. Remember how small she was back at the end of summer? Well, she's getting big. I told her she's going to be 20 pounds, 25 pounds easy. And she watches the markets all day long with me. I'm Ira Epstein, and here we are talking about, first, the webinar tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you haven't signed up yet, you have a chance right now. At 12:30 p.m. Central Time, I'll hold a live webinar. It's 20 minutes long. It doesn't take long. It's fast. And what we cover is everything you ask me questions about. So spiders, ETFs, stocks, and the futures markets. I've had a ton of questions and requests for charts. Well, actually the charts already. The questions will take live during the webinar. It moves along. Now, if you haven't got an invite from me, you're not going to get one. I'm not sending any more out. But all you need to do is go up here with your cursor at the very top. You'll see an icon appear. Give it a click. Fill out everything you need there. Read the instructions. Fill out the form. You will get another set back with your user ID and your password. I open up at 12:15 p.m. Let everybody get in, and at 12:30, we're rocking. It's that simple. So I look forward to it because it's so fast-paced. Now, the markets right now, they're in a funny area. It's a down and up, a down. The strength is in the Dow. Everything else is waffling back and forth right here. The dollar continues lower. Remember, this is a market that was just 114. So here you are down to 106. And remember, you were at 97 or so in the euro just recently, and here you are at 104. I can go on. The British pound was under 104. You're at 119. And tomorrow's the big day in the pound because we're going to get the budget. We're going to get their ideas as how they can try to put everything together. Tonight, one of the events that took place is the House of Representatives has now been won by the Republicans. So we have a split Congress. We don't know who's going to control the Senate just yet. That race, probably a little ways to go. Bonds and notes still doing what? If you're watching the curve yield, the front end is going crazy. Back end is falling. We had talked, could you go out towards 100 possibly in that over time? Well, you're in the 60 range, so not too bad, right? All right. So as we look at the gold market, it came up and it is certainly holding over the 18-day average of closes. As we take a look, it has gone pretty much sideways here. It doesn't mean it has to stay like that. As long as the dollar stays under pressure, I think gold gets a bid. I think we have finally latched on to something that the markets are watching, that other traders are paying attention to. Even the idea of the war escalating last night with Poland getting hit by a missile, 2 people killed there, gold did not rally on that news. It takes the dollar weakness to rally it. Pay attention to that. You've been going up quite a bit, and nothing grows to the sky. So be aware of that. You've just come from the 16 and a quarter area. You're now up quite a bit on that. Be careful. That's my word. Where are we? Well, the 200-day average is up here, the 100. It would be a bullish event if the 18-day average could get over the 100. That's not going to happen this week. Could it happen the end of next week? Well, it depends how the market trades right now, but there is a remote possibility of that. And what the market did is it latched onto the upper Bollinger Band, and now it's coming to the right-hand side. I know that if you've studied each night and you're watching what I talk about, I said it's rare that you go beyond 5 days in a row up and then you move to the right, but that's still a sign of strength. Why? You're not backing away very much. So the support's all the way back here, still a strong market as I see it with an embedded reading. Until that red line closes underneath 79, you know what I think? I think that the pros will buy this break looking for higher prices. Now, before I go on to the next charts, I'm hard at work on my next course for you. I have re-recorded quite a few of the chapters I wanted to do. Sometimes you got to sit back from your work and like an artist, you throw it out. You say, I don't like what I did. I love the new one I'm doing. It's on outside days. Wait till you see it. I think it's going to be something that you get an edge with in your trading. I give it to you. I'm now covering it. I did today GameStop to give you an example. I did the S&Ps already. So I'm doing different markets. I'm not going to go through them that way. I want to show outside days up, down, how to work with it and what you do. But I want to prove that it goes, it doesn't matter. A chart's a chart. Who cares if it's a spider ETF, individual company? It shouldn't matter. The gold-silver ratio, this is about where silver now, remember I was saying it would come up, it should encounter the resistance right here, which means silver's been losing to the gold just recently. You can see how that's been working. I have told my clients that win, lose, or draw, not to buy the silver here. And my rationale was the first challenge of the 200-day average, when you haven't hit it in a very long period of time, often is not the place you want to go long. Doesn't mean I'm right, but that's what I believe. And you lost the embedded reading, or you're losing it as we're talking. If it stays lost, there's more room here. You could go to 2054, the 18-day average. Copper market. I put out special update at 6:40, I think, this morning for my clients in the copper. And I said, you can't be long this market. You're losing the embedded readings by so much, you're not going to get it back. And that's exactly what happened. So you lost the market. If we come back and we look at it, let me come back to today, 76, and you reopen 72. You'd have to explode tomorrow for it to re-embed. It can happen. The odds don't favor it. You might drop more. Why is this going on? It starts with a C. China's getting more cases, more lockdown. I want to applaud companies like Apple making the bold move to say enough with this lockdown nonsense. We've got to move our supply chains out. You know how much Apple's losing each week because of the China lockdown? They announced it today. $1 billion a week. That's pretty big money to lose worldwide because you can't get your product. In the palladium market, you can see where the market's fighting between the 100-day average upper Bollinger Band. It's a spot to come out. Now, it's interesting what's going on in Chicago, because in Chicago, catalytic converters are on the rise. I was just watching the local news before I was doing it, as I was doing the daily numbers, and they've got videos, one neighborhood getting hit over, one family, 3 different times. Takes 3 minutes for these people to come in. They see the car, they cut off the catalytic converter, and away they go. So, whenever you get platinum, palladium, all those metals staying up like this, you bring out the worst in people. In the dollar index, still very bearish, now embedded. So the first rallies, I'm not saying you can't get a snapback there and surprise me, but I think the first rally out of here is going to be sold by the pros rather aggressively. So one more time, I'd like you to join me tomorrow at my live webinar. Just take your cursor, move it over the top here. You'll see the icon, give it a click, fill out the form. I'll see you at 12:15 when I open it, 12:30 we begin it. It is not recorded. I record it for the government, but I don't give it, please understand that, on the website. I want you to attend. That's the reason why. I'm Ira. You have a good day.